Welcome to today's edition of the Daily Standup. My name is Lee Henson, president and founder of AgileDad. And without any further ado, let's get started. It's Friday, and as you know, we often on Friday like to cover topics that are Agile related, but not specifically Agile. And today, I thought something interesting to cover is something that inspires me and uplifts me. And I'm going to call this episode The Power of Music. And one of the things that I discovered early in my career is that music can drive emotion pretty good. In my early days when I was in high school, I was a DJ, and I'd always DJ for all of the high school dances and for all the occasions. And, I'd always provide all the audio for pep rallies and for other things. When I went on to college, I actually was a DJ at the college radio station, both at Loyola University and at Tulane. And, what I quickly discovered was music made me feel different. And, in a positive way. I was always encouraged to do more or to give my best or to be better than I was. And it was all music that drove me. And, it reminds me of, the great movie Coco. Pixar, Disney put out a movie Coco. And, it just, to think how music can move a person and how music can help us discover, who we are and what kind of things we like. And Remember Me, it's just such a classic. And if you haven't watched that movie, I strongly encourage you to do so. But it's one of those things where you have a moment, where you have a spiritual recreation of who you are. And, the things that are important to you shift to the most important things. Another opportunity that I found or a discovery that I made that many of you have probably already made, is a little group called Postmodern Jukebox. So Postmodern Jukebox does a fantastic job of taking songs that you're familiar with, whether it's current hit songs or pop songs or country songs or even hardcore rap or heavy metal songs, and as well as all the classics, the songs that we know and love, right? And have translated those into, by era, 40s, 50s, 60s, jazz, lounge songs. And it's just really cool to hear some of your favorites all laid out that way. One of the things that I find myself doing, whether I'm cooking or whether I'm cleaning around the house or if I'm attending an Agile training, you'll often hear this music playing softly in the background. It helps me focus, and it helps me stay steady, and it helps me engage. And it encourages me that, I can be a better person. So, whether it's I'm working out and I want to listen to something that's a little heavier to help drive me, push me, and motivate me and scare me a little bit into doing the things I need to do, or whether I'm cooking in the kitchen and I want to hear, French classic cooking music or Italian cooking music, which is also a fun channel to listen to, or whether I'm in the mood for Postmodern Jukebox just to help my day be better, to uplift me and give me that smile that I need. I think that our focus needs to shift, and I think that, we oftentimes are nervous, or sometimes we get anxiety or stress, because what we do in the workplace, is very high value, very high paced, very fast, and we often don't take time just to decompress. And, I found that music is something that helps me decompress. It helps me understand who I am, and it helps me regain focus. And, no matter what type of music you like, I encourage you to branch out. Listen to some different types of music. Postmodern Jukebox is a great way to do that. Because in the end, what I've discovered is that, music is a key to who we are. And in today's society where we're struggling with, especially here in 2020 between COVID and politics and other things going on and tensions regarding, sexuality, race, who we love, what religion we are. One thing that brings us all together is music. And I think that if we leverage music to be a tool in our toolbox to help us be a better person and to help us feel love and to help us, spiritually reconnect with who we are, I don't want you to miss out on that opportunity. And I really do believe that we can, based on what our input is, based on what we're listening to and the types of music we're listening to and the things that we can do, that we can elevate who we are as a person, and that we can become better towards others. And, while I don't claim to be a musical psychology expert, what I do proclaim is the truth in that I've personally had experiences where I've had music lift me out of hard places and dark times and help me be a stronger person. And I hope that I can encourage you to, at least at minimum, try to take a few minutes out of your day, and whether you do meditation or just listen to some music and relax, or whatever you decide to do. We often see the youth of today with headphones on, and many people are discouraged because they feel like they're completely distracted, not paying attention, and using the headphones as a way to escape. When in actuality, some of these young children or youth, what I'm finding is that their intelligence is broadened, and that their appreciation for music is great, and that even though sometimes we may not understand or relate to the genre that they're listening to, think about it this way: it's the same as our parents couldn't relate or understand the genre that we listen to. These are the kids that are going to expand their horizons. They're going to have a love for music, and in many cases they even learn how to play a musical instrument. So I think, in summary, what I'm trying to say here is that a love for music is something that doesn't come as easy as it should. Many people enjoy listening to music, but loving music is something completely different. I think when you get to the point where you really love music, and you love the way it makes you feel, and you love how it engages, that's the time when you have the key, and that's the time when you've unlocked the magic that can help you just be a greater person. So, take to heart that, people spend a lot of time creating this music for our enjoyment. And I think that it's opportunity or high time for us to find something that we enjoy and to dig on in. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Friday podcast, and we hope that we see you again next week. We'd love to hear your feedback about topics you'd like to hear here on the Daily Stand-Up. Until then, take care, stay well, and we'll see you next time.